Welcome dear students. Now today's class we will discuss more on lines and angles from chapter number 14. And in our today's class we will be focusing on transversal. Okay, so let us start today's class. Transversal. So what is a transversal? A straight line which cuts two or more given straight lines is called a transversal. So in this diagram here, straight lines AB and CD are being cut by another straight line PQ. So this PQ is called a transversal. When a transversal cuts two given straight lines, there are different types of angles formed. Okay, so let us try to understand those different types of angles here. So here we can see now these are the different angles. Here altogether we have 8 angles, okay, formed by a transversal. The first type of angles are two pairs of interior alternate angles. So this region is called the internal region, which is also called interior region. That means angles between the region between two straight lines. Okay, so the two pairs of interior alternate angles are 1 and 2. They are called alternate because they are on the other side of this straight line transversal PQ. So 1 and 2. Okay, this is alternate interior alternate angle, and another pair is 3 and 4. In the same way, there are two pairs of exterior alternate angles. So on the exterior side, okay, this is on the exterior side of the two straight lines, and alternate. So 8 and 5, they are exterior alternate angle, one pair, and 6 and 7 is another exterior alternate angles. Okay, the third type of angles formed are two pairs of allied or co-interior angles. So what are they? So this region, again we are talking about interior region. So this two regions are called interior region. So co-interior or allied angles means 2 and 3 is one pair of co-interior angles, and 1 and 4 is another pair of co-interior angles. Is that clear, boys? And the last one is 4 pairs of corresponding angles, and they are 1 and 5. So 1 and 5, they are corresponding angles. 3 and 6 is another pair of corresponding angles. 8 and 2 is also another pair of corresponding angles, and 4 and 7 also forms another pair of corresponding angles. So we have 4 different types of angles over here when a transversal is there in between two straight lines. So when two straight lines are cut by a transversal or a straight line, that is called transversal. And when such thing happens, then 4 different types of angles gets formed. What if a transversal cuts parallel lines, or a straight line cuts parallel lines? So let us first see the figure. So here A, B and CD are two parallel lines which are being cut by another straight line PQ. So this PQ is a transversal. Here also 4 different types of angles gets formed. Okay, they are interior alternate angles, exterior alternate angles, interior angles, and corresponding angles. But here, if the lines are parallel, then interior and exterior alternate angles are equal. Okay, that means here what are the interior alternate angles? 3 and 6 will be equal, and 4 and 5 will be equal. So these are interior alternate angles. Okay, so angle 3 will be equal to angle 6, and angle 4 will be equal to angle 5. In the same way, the exterior alternate angles will be also equal. And what are they? Angle 2 and 7 and angle 1 and 8, they will be also equal to each other. Now what about corresponding angles then? The corresponding angles are also equal. So here, what are those corresponding angles? Angle 1 will be equal to angle 5 because they are corresponding angles. Angle 2 will be equal to angle 6. In the same way, angle 3 and angle 7 are equal, and angle 4 and angle 8 are also equal because they are all corresponding angles. Am I clear? And finally, the allied or co-interior angles are supplementary to each other. This means that when angle 4 and angle 6, these are pair of co-interior angles, when angle 4 is added to angle 6, the total will be 180 degree. So angle 4 plus 6 is 180 degree, and angle 3 and 5 also makes 180 degree. And if any of these criteria are met, then the two lines which is cut by another straight line are a pair of parallel lines. So these are also the conditions necessary for the two lines to be parallel. Is that clear? That means to be a parallel line, the interior alternate angles must be equal, or the exterior alternate angles must be equal, or their corresponding angles must be equal, and their co-interior angles must be supplementary. Okay, is that clear, students? Let us take one problem based on today's learning. So in this diagram, we have to find out the measure of unknown angles A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Okay, and AB, we can see from the diagram that A, B and CD, AB is another straight line and CD is another straight line, and they are parallel lines which are cut by another straight line PQ. So here PQ is a transversal. Now we know the conditions to be parallel lines. So here we can see that angle A is corresponding angle to 110 degree, and according to the properties of parallel lines, A and A must be equal to 110 degree corresponding angles. Okay, so A is 110 degree. Now angle B and A are on the same straight line. Okay, and they are angles on the same straight line. So when we add these two, it must be 180 degree. So angle B we can find like this: angle B equals to 180 degree minus angle A. But what is the value of angle A? 110 degree. So therefore, when we solve this, we get angle B equals to 70 degree. What is angle C? Angle C is equal to angle B, and these are vertically opposite angles and they will be equal to each other. Therefore, angle C will be equal to angle B, which is equal to angle or 70 degree. In the same way, angle D is vertically opposite to angle A, and that will be equal to 110 degree. Angle E is equal to angle C, which is equal to 70 degree because they are interior alternate angles and they are equal to each other. In the same way, angle F is equal to 110 degree because F and 110 are vertically opposite angle and they are always equal to each other. And finally, angle G is equal to 70 degree because G is equal to E by vertically opposite angle, or angle G is equal to angle C. This is according to corresponding angle. Is that clear, boys? So this is how we can find out different angles formed by a transversal of two parallel lines. Now let's take this another diagram over here. Okay, the question is, which pair of lines in the given figure are parallel? So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines, out of which A1, A2 forms one pair, A3, A4 forms another pair. Okay, for A1 and A2, we can see over here A3 acts as a transversal because it cuts or it meets the lines A1 and A2. Okay, the same way, angle line A3 and A4 is cut by another line A5. So A5 is the transversal for a straight line A3 and A4. So let us use the properties of transversal. So here, angle 70 degree plus angle 110 degree is equal to how much? 180 degree. And if you see over here, these two are co-interior angles. So if the sum of co-interior angle comes to 180 degree, then these two lines A1 and A2 will be parallel line. Okay, so what we can conclude, since the co-interior angle makes 180 degree, sum of the co-interior angle makes some 180 degree, the lines A1 and A2 are parallel to each other. Okay, now let's take another pair of lines A3 and A4 with transversal A5. Now here 80 degree and 70 degree, if you see over here, these angles are, what are these angles called? These angles are corresponding angles, and if the corresponding angles are equal to each other, then the two lines are parallel lines. But if the corresponding angles are not equal to each other, then the lines are not parallel. So what do we see over here? Angle 80 is not equal to angle 70. We all know that. Therefore, the two lines A3 and A4 are not parallel to each other. Am I clear, dear students? Let's take one more question over here. From the given figure containing parallel lines, find the unknown angle. So what are the unknown angles? X, Y, and Z. And the given angles are 50 degree and 120 degree. Now let us use the properties of a transversal and parallel lines, because these lines are parallel lines. So here we can say that X is equal to 50. Why? Because if we consider these two parallel lines, this line is a transversal, as a result of which X and 50 degree are a pair of interior alternate angles, and according to the property of parallel lines, interior alternate angles are equal to each other. Therefore X is equal to 50 degree, and in the bracket we will write interior alternate angles because they are interior alternate angles. Okay, the same way, if we see over here from the second pair of parallel lines, this and this lines are parallel and this line is transversal. Now Y and 120 degree forms co-interior angle, and since these two lines are parallel, therefore the sum of co-interior angle is 180 degree. So Y equals to 180 degree minus 120 degree. This is due to co-interior angle property. Okay, and when we solve this, we get Y equals to 60 degree. So now we have found out the values of X and Y. Okay, now let's find the value of Z. Now from the figure we can make out that X, Y, and Z, they all are angles formed on the same point. That means if we add these three angles, the total angle will be 360 degree, because we know that angle formed on the same point is a circle. Okay, and the total angle in a circle is 360 degree. So let us add all these three angles. X plus Y plus Z equals to 360 degree. By what property? Angles around the same point makes 360 degree. Now we have found out the value of X, so we will substitute over here 50, Y 60 degree plus Z we have to find out equals to 360 degree. When we solve this, we get 110 degree plus Z equals to 360 degree. So we'll take this 110 to the other side of equal to sign, which becomes Z equals to 360 degree minus 110 degree. And when we solve this, we get Z equals to 250 degree. So what is the value of Z that we found out? It is 250 degree. So this way you have to use the properties of parallel line as well as transversal to solve the different problems given in chapter number 14b. Based on our today's learning, there is an assignment for you. Solve question number 3, 1, 2, question number 5, 1, 2, 4, and question number 6, 2, and 8 as your today's assignment. Until we meet next time, stay safe and do all things well.